I hope I'm going to give everybody a chance to get in here. I got one person in here. Hello, hello. We're going to do some chatting, I guess. Hi, Dixie. U-Haul. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, guys. You know, I love my country. Hey, it doesn't matter whether you're first, second, third, fourth, or fifth U-Haul. I'm just glad you're here. You know, so much is happening today, this world of ours, that I'm not going to I'm not doing no happy, perfect Mona moment or story time. The stories are unreal that we're hearing today. Okay? Like I said in my description, is hello Mossad. How you doing? Yeah, Trumpomania is definitely running wild. Yeah, Dixie, you're right. The world sucks, but God will make it better. Thank you for the hugs and the laughters and the waves, Mossad. Appreciate it very much. Uh, is Joe alive? Have we just experienced a quiet coup? Who's running the country? What happened? Luckily, divine intervention happened, and Trump is still alive and kicking. And we hope he makes it to January 20th, where he'll be sworn in. Who are they going to put up against him? Did Biden sign that letter? In going back through all of Biden's executive order signatures, have yet to find one where Biden underlined his name. Odd. He hasn't been seen in public. Benjamin Netanyahu flies all the way over to meet with Biden at the White House, and Biden's a no-show. Postponed. Okay. Anyway, my question is, why did the counter sniper leave his post, which gave him a clear shot of the rooftop where the supposedly shooter, he was a shooter, he did shoot, climbed up and took a prone position? He'd have been in plain sight. We're looking at a 20-foot shot, you know? Uh, did both of them? There were two that was supposed to be assigned to those windows that left to go look for the suspicious guy. Wait a minute. There's a suspicious guy. You definitely got to guard the plain sight of the stage. Got to ask questions. And then we find out that Miss Jill had a event planned for exactly the same time in the same city. And that particular Secret Service field office had 15 employees to deploy. They deployed 12 to protect Jill and 3 to protect Donald Trump. Jill's event took place inside a building, inside a ballroom in that building. Much easier to protect with maybe 100 people in attendance. You got 20,000 people coming out to support Trump in an open field with clear and present threats from ISIS, the Caliphate, all those people that Biden let across the border and turned loose in our country that hate us and especially hate Trump. Hey, Cody. Hello, Dev. Okay. Okay, you got the classroom was empty because the cops didn't want to stand on the roof. Okay, but the windows overlook the roof. Yeah. But according to what was told today, they left their appointed assignments. That's me, baby. Left their appointed assignments at the windows as counter snipers. Right about they left just about the time the little feller started climbing up onto the roof. They disappeared. Oh, by the way, there was no direct radio communication available to tell the Secret Service protecting Trump behind stage and on stage that there was a problem, whether it be a suspicious or just a threat. There's a problem. And until that problem is solved, you don't bring the man out on the stage. Questions. Speculations, not conspiracy theories, okay? But like the congressman said today when they did the walkthrough, that water tower, if there wasn't a counter sniper on the water tower, I want to know why. It was the perfect high point and had a direct line of sight to the protectee. Yeah. Trump was never told that anything was suspicious was going on, but neither was his SS agents who are assigned to be at his physical well-being. Okay? We should have never brought him out on stage. There was plenty of time to let them know that, wait a minute, hold on. Hold off. We got something suspicious going on. Doesn't have to be threatening, just suspicious going on. Hold him for a minute. Trump's been known to be late before. Play the song again. Okay? His life is more important than timing. Schedules. What about the explosion meant to collapse the thing holding up the flag to cause the motorcade to be blocked from leaving but failed? Why is that being hidden from the media? The entire area was. Yeah, I saw that little that shot hit that hydraulic. It didn't do the job thing it was intended to do. It is believed that that bullet also ricocheted off of the railing and possibly be the shot that hit the guy in the side in his lower torso area. That could have been that same bullet. It ricocheted. Okay. Yes. It failed. It failed to drop and block it. Oh, that happened not far from you, Cody? Hi, Miss Angie. Hi, Jerry. Hello. Hi, everybody. You're right, Angie. He shouldn't have been on stage. You know, there is a federal communication signal, but you know, all of the local officers and peace officers, you know, that Secret Service didn't show up for the morning meeting. They weren't there to give the locals the code or the channel or whatever they needed to have direct contact with Secret Service physically guarding the president. Yes, I was watching Bongino this morning, and I know that I was also watching the oversight committee, talking with the head of the Pennsylvania Police, State Police, and a former protective sniper. And there's so many holes in this story. Yep. It's got so much sand falling through those big old holes. They're going to get buried in their lies, is what they're going to do. Their cover up is exposing them. Why hasn't the FBI had a briefing, a daily briefing on the progress of the investigation? And they're saying, well, they're doing a homicide and 2 attempted murders. Wait a minute. You should be doing a homicide and 3 attempted murders. Are they forgetting that somebody tried to kill Trump? Or are they just talking about the 2 other people that were injured? And Corey, who was killed? I believe there is 3 attempted homicides that should be being investigated. Yeah, normally, you're right. Angie says the girls and I were having the same discussion. Normally, we would be briefed at least with some liars. Hello, Joshua. Nothing. Media silence. They can't figure out how to spin this because Trump was not supposed to survive. They had everything figured out. They probably had all their lies and their stories and everything else all ready to go. But they tried and they failed. And you're right. By the grace of God, he placed his hand upon him and he twisted his head just enough to let everybody know it was a serious attempt. But he saved him. And now we know that we have great suspicions, speculations that perhaps the government that I do not trust is involved, as we always believed they were involved with Kennedy. And didn't Trump say that if elected again, he was going to declassify everything about Kennedy? Kennedys. Hmm. What do you mean Holly was kicked off of the premises? U-Haul, explain. I know that Mr. Josh Hawley ain't too happy, and he's finding out some information that nobody's paying any attention to. Have they shut him up? He's the one that discovered that those people from from Secret Service that was assigned to Trump that day on the 13th of June were from the investigation office and were not trained to do the job they were being assigned to do. Josh Hawley found that out. Okay? Hello, delusion. Just questions. I got a lot more questions I don't have any answers to. And they're important questions that we as the American people cannot stop asking. We got to hold their feet to the fire. You know, my AK, okay, works quite well. Don't let any of them off the hook. They represent you, and make sure they're asking the right questions. No, honey, I'm not. I'm not using StreamYard tonight. I'm strictly on YouTube, Deb. I don't plan to be on long. I plan to raise a bunch of questions, maybe get some discussion going. Hello, Nobby. Hello. Yes. You got my number. Call me. Because Josh Hawley, I didn't see him in committee yesterday, and I didn't see him in committee today. I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene and Bobart and a lot of others, and they were all pissed, Democrats and Republicans. They were all asking pertinent questions. Of course, the Democrats want to bring up, oh my God, we got to get rid of AK-47s, okay? Don't worry about the people who put their fingers on the trigger. Because I personally have never seen an AK-47 jump up out of the corner, load itself, and get up and shoot someone. There always seemed to have to be a human being on the back end of that weapon. So, guns don't kill people. People kill people. Sorry, YouTube. I'm using the word kill. Yeah. Well, whatever. They do it. People are dying every day from mistakes but the mistake that was made that Saturday on the 13th of July was gross incompetence, and no one's in cuffs. Why? Who headed up that team? I want to know who headed up the prelim team, the team that came in for pre-setup. Okay? Same questions they asked with no answers. Well, we got to wait on the FBI doing an investigation. Well, got any private investigators out there? If so, we need some work. Oh, me neither, Miss Angie. I have never been assaulted by a rifle. No. I mean, I grew up where they hung on the wall all the time, and they rode in the back window of the pickup truck wherever we went. And I ain't ever seen one of them jump up and hurt anybody. Okay? You think they bulled out his I don't know. He ain't been seen in 7 days. And they tried to pull off a phone call, and that got debunked pretty dang quick. Okay, that was a 98% AI conversation. That wasn't, so no. We're not going to believe what we see. We're not going to believe what we hear until we got eyes on him from people who have real eyes to put on him. Yeah, the theory, speculation is that in Las Vegas he had a stroke. If that's the case, then there needs to be a recorded swearing in of Kamala Harris. He doesn't have, if he's unable to perform his duties, it is the duty of the vice president to assume control based on the 25th Amendment and be sworn in. She can be temporarily sworn in. Johnson, when Reagan had to go under, he was sworn in. Temporarily, his vice president was sworn in because he was incapable of doing his job because he was going to be unconscious in an operating room. Now, if Biden is unable to speak, walk, whatever, because of a stroke, there needs to be a changing of the guard by Constitution. I haven't seen that happen. They're not putting it out there. I got a notification that in 20 some odd hours, Biden is going to step before camera and officially stand down, hold his office until the end of the term, and then not run and be a candidate. Yeah, I know. Oh, you think he didn't have a stroke? He has COVID and is now in a coma. Well, the word is that they were going to take him to the local medical center, but diverted there to go to Air Force One and fly him back to Johns Hopkins. Medevac him to Johns Hopkins from Arizona. It's a long way to fly to medevac somebody. Now, was he headed to the hospital because he was in a coma, going into coma, couldn't breathe? Did he go ahead and leave this world? And so they got to get him on Air Force One. What happened? We need answers. Hey, Common Views, how you doing, darling? So we're just simply asking questions. And I think we need to ask those questions to all of our representatives and tell them we want answers. Last I looked, we still lived in a constitutional republic, no matter what the media says. And I know that I'm going to be asking a whole lot of questions, and I want answers. Right now, it appears that my congressman sent up there in D.C., those on the oversight committee, are asking those questions. Yeah, you're right, Angie. That's exactly it. And I mean, they're kind of following that plan to a T, aren't they? Yeah. I've not read that book. I'm not a book reader, and I have yet to be able to find the movie. So if I had a link to the movie that I didn't have to pay for, I'd watch the movie. But uh, uh, I've heard enough about that book and seen enough of the, people talking about it to understand that it appears to be a playbook. You're right, Angie. It's a playbook, and they're trying to play the game. Oh, hello there, Food Forest. My very best to all earthlings and aliens from far off worlds. Please bring love, and love brings peace. Make earth great again. Plant a tree. I started a welcome wagon. You see, I have some healthy food money, and I buy healthy food like apples and oranges and grapefruits and plums and pears and those sorts of things. And I pack them up in a basket on my scooter. And these people that come in here at my RV park, I ride up to their trailers and tell them, welcome, welcome, and ask them to take a piece of fruit. Okay? Makes me feel good. Brings a smile to their face, which makes me feel better. And it works. It's called paying it forward and passing on some kindness, okay? The rabbit hole about who is actually in control goes very deep. But those in power normally act as like the wizard of act as like the wizard in The Wizard of Oz. Honey, you say you're shocked that I'm not a book reader. Well, I'm not a storybook reader. Okay. Now, I don't mind reading the encyclopedia. I read two different sets of encyclopedias from A to Z and yearbooks. I like reading encyclopedias. And I like reading like the Reader's Digest how-to books, how to do plumbing, I like how-to do books, okay? I've never been one for story books that have no basis in absolute help me make it life better. I mean, the organic gardening book, that was a really good read. And the Old Ways book, I'm still using it. It's still a good reference book, but I read it and now I know where to go back and look for references when I need it. And the medicinal herb book, yeah, that's a good one I got on hand too. Now, I haven't managed to get through everything on it, only when I needed something. So, yeah, I am a book reader, but I just don't read the kind of books that most people read. And that's been that way since I was in third grade, when my teacher bought the classroom a set of World Book encyclopedias. Well, I could get my work done early, and if I did, I could quietly go to the back room and read. And instead of reading those other kind of books, I started with A on the World Book Encyclopedia and went to Z. She let me take one home one night. I got to go home and read it. So, if you want to know why I'm smart, it's because what I chose to read. While most of my friends was reading Nancy Drew mystery books, I was reading, when I had to check a book out at the library, I was checking out how this is made and how that is made. They used to have all kinds of books on how that, whether it be how is, electricity made, how is a car's made, how is cereal made. They had all these books, and I thought I got more out of them than those other folks got out of them Nancy Drew mystery books. Okay. I am currently on this blue rock flying through the Milky Way at tens of thousands of miles an hour. Try to hang on and wish everyone my very best on this journey of flying tens of thousands. I love you. By the way, a friend of yours showed up today. I actually showed up last week. I thought I'd introduce you to him. Hey, how are y'all? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, this is one of my friends from Mars come to visit me. You remember him, E.T.? Yes, sirree. Yeah, he's got more brains in his little head elected the man who's supposedly running this country. Yeah, I haven't figured that. I haven't figured out what I'm going to be for Halloween yet. I have a Halloween party every year, and this year I think our theme is going to be After You, Food Forest Premature. We're going to do it where I went for aliens. Now, last year for Halloween, I have to show you the pictures sometimes. I did have an alien thing set up out here, and it was a couple of aliens with some saws and knives, and they were cutting on a torso. And there was a head on the barbecue pit. It was Mark Harris, and then there was three more rating down there with toe tags. You know, there was a Posey toe tag and a Biden toe, a Brendan toe tag, and there was Obama toe tag, and there was a big old sign that said Deep State Elimination Team. I thought it was quite nefarious. It was a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. But no need to. You don't have to dress up, Randy. You can come to my Halloween party. You don't have to dress up. No, it just means that all the drinks are going to be smoking and green, and it means that we're going to, we'll be having alien type games. We might be doing some trivia games. Where you got to answer questions about my favorite Martian, or the one with Robin Williams. Oh, what was his name? And eat the movie E.T. Extraterrestrial games, and but dressing up is cool. It makes for really cool pictures when everybody dresses up. The last time I had one, it was Witches and Wizards. Had a wizard here, best friend Grover. He was a wizard, and I was a butterfly fairy, and we had a great time. And everything all the food that I cooked and all the drinks that I made was all themed on a wizard and fairy theme. So it was fun. And let's see, I had the Day of the Dead, a theme Halloween party one year, and that one was really cool. So yeah. Hi, Miss Bona. Hey, Ray, how you doing? Well, I'm glad you caught this one. Okay, we have this, but while I got y'all here, let me talk about my upcoming event in November. Yeah, the Convoy of Honor. If anybody out there's coming, go on the Convoy of Honor, become a member. There's no charge. Anyway, become a member to the Convoy of Honor Facebook page, where you can get all the updates on everything that's planning. Well, right now, what we got going for us is we got the pavilion and the big park area. Now I got to go over there with the permit stuff. I can get a permit, but the only difference is I might have some cost for insurance. And the Branson Bank has already said if I just get them a flyer, they will help with that. And I'm sure that I can talk Jack Herson into helping with that too. And maybe the chamber will help a little bit this year. But we're going to have a festival there. So if you're a vendor or you are a crafter, it is the beginning of Christmas season. So if you're a crafter that makes crafts that make good gifts for Christmas, be sure and bring your Easy Up and your lawn chairs. Y'all got to bring your lawn chairs because we got the God in Country stage coming. Okay, and we're gonna have karaoke, lip sync, and open mic. So you got your choice. Do you want to karaoke it? Do you want to lip sync it? Or do you want to just talk about it? So, or you want to play your own song? That's open mic. But we're going to do that on the 10th. Besides, we're going to have the MASH Olympics. And honey, if you go back on last year's Convoy of Honor on YouTube and take a look at the MASH Olympics, it was a hoot and a half. We had so much fun. Yeah, we had Soup Mama pretending to be a man, pretending to be a woman. Yeah, as Klinger officiating the carrying of the torch. It was so much fun. I laughed till I thought my belly button was going to pop out. And we got a big sit down dinner. It's a reunion dinner at Golden Corral on the evening of the 8th. And we have the Hootenanny show on the evening of the 9th at Golden Corral. We got that stage for just the cost of buying a meal. And believe me, you want to buy a meal from Golden Corral. The price is right, and the food is absolutely to die for. I eat there, at least twice a month because I can go in on the early bird special. That's Monday through Friday from 1 to 4. And we go in there and I eat good. And that's a good meal. So, and I get that with the drink for under $12. So I can afford to do that maybe twice a month if possible. Okay. Oh, what says Randy? And a shout out to Disco the DC. Hello, 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 guys. I hope I'm not missing to anybody. Okay. Hi, Danny Wayne. Hello, baby. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're okay. Okay. Uh, what are your thoughts on people without belly buttons? Oh, well, they's alien clones. Okay, probably. We've had aliens here for a long time. A long time. Yeah. Well, right now, we need to just get ready to get out the vote. Now, we got a lot of people out there like True the Vote and others that are doing their level best. They're working their tails off to make sure that this is a legitimate election. But we got to make it too big to rig, guys. You've got to get everybody, your neighbor and your neighbor's dog, if possible, to vote and take back this country. Okay? And we have somebody who wants to give it back to us running for office. Okay? And they tried to take him out because they don't want him to give us back the power. They want to hold on to all that power. And I think the power belongs back to the people. And I know of only one, two now, but Trump and J.D. Vance are definitely in a mindset to see that the power is given back to the people, so we can make America great again. Right? We can do it with a few blisters on our hands. Yes, Deb. In 2 hours, that would be 8:30 my time. Am I correct on that timing? Okay. And is it going to be at the link that I have? That question is to Deb. 8 o'clock. Okay. All right. And yeah. All right. Then I'll know where to go. I'll set my alarm for that. Folks, I don't know. There's 13 people in here and 11 likes. So most everybody that looked at it liked it. I don't do much talking anymore or go live very much anymore because I don't know what to say. Do I like country music? There's a song by a guy named John Rich called Revolutions. I think you might like it. I would search. Honey, I've already downloaded it. Yes, you're right. I like it. But I also like John Rich. Okay? A lot of things that John Rich has done. Yeah. So, yes. Have you heard my songs? You can go to my YouTube page and you can go down and you can hear the songs that I have written. I did that about the last You have to go back 4 times where they start. And then each Tuesday, I premiered new songs there for about 3 weeks. So go back and listen to my songs. Some of them are country, some of them are not, but I like them. I heard Trump doesn't think he can win with J.D. Vance now that Kamala is running for president. Oh, you know what? It don't matter. Trump's going to win. J.D. Vance is a very, very good choice. His background, okay? The fact that he enlisted and served as a Marine. It ain't easy to be a Marine. Not at all. And you got to have a love for this country to be a Marine and to volunteer. Okay? No one wants her. You're right. No one wants, you know, so anyway, guys, I'm going to give you those dates now. The Convoy of Honor starts on November the 8th of this year and runs through the morning of the 12th when we split up and go home. The morning of the 9th is our big cruise around Branson, honking horns, flying flags, shouting freedom, being happy, just being a bunch of convoy patriots, okay? And the 10th is the first day of our festival. The morning of the 11th, we do have the Veterans Day Parade and then free lunch for vets in Branson. And then that evening, we're going to have more music, dancing, whatever. But the park closes at 10. So every day we've got the pavilion from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 at night. And I've also got the clubhouse across the street at the Stagecoach RV Park kitchen, clubhouse and kitchen area where we can gather in the morning for coffee or just donuts or just if somebody wants to cook breakfast, whatever. But we've got that building is reserved also for us. And it's also there in case we have inclement weather. People are making their reservations at Table Rock State Park. I'll let you know that Boondock Camping for veterans is only $11. I think it's only $13 for everybody else. And if you want full hookups, you're looking at less than $25 a night. A lot cheaper than a motel. And for those that are my friends here, most of us figured out camping was okay in Hagerstown and at the Freedom Lot, that camping was fine. Okay. It's cheap. And it allows for fireside chats in the evening. So, you know, yeah. In fact, somewhere on my Facebook page, I posted Paul Harvey's from '68. I posted that about our government, and he's absolutely. George Carlin was right too. I think I posted his somewhere on my Facebook page. If you scroll down, you'll find it. Uh, George Carlin talking about our government, and he was right on. Okay, and you know, Trump isn't supposed to be here. Just like Trump wasn't supposed to win in 2016. Okay, but he did. And he wasn't supposed to survive. And if you think this is the last time they're going to attempt to take him out, I don't believe that. That's why I heard that a bunch of bikers, big old biker groups, are kind of getting together saying, hey, you know what? We can protect Trump. We can do that. And I got a feeling that they're going to have an awful hard time getting close to Trump again. Oh, What he found is on Senator Hawley's. Okay, Senator Hawley's YouTube page. Everybody, you all need to look that up. I know I will be as soon as I get off of here. I'm going to be looking it up because I like my Josh Hawley. Okay, he's a Missouri senator, and someday that young man might just run for president. Someday. But right now, he's doing a real good job as a Missouri senator, and I'm real proud of him. And I call him and tell him that every now and then. All right, because he is. Okay. The Lake Yellers are backing Amy Salant for the win. Kamala ain't gonna get no votes because number one, she scores so bad that the RNC's not gonna let her get on the ticket. I don't think so. They're gonna find a way, if she's hiding Biden's illnesses, and if she's the one who signed that piece of paper claiming he was dropping out and not Biden, that's called a coup and that's called treason. Yeah, that's what that's called. And you can't run for president when you have committed treason. Okay? Yeah. Hello, Billy Bob. Hey, Wayne. So, y'all make plans to come on out here to Branson for the November event. This is to honor our vets. There will be thousands upon thousands of vets in town. And we do this because they made the sacrifice. And most of them are still willing to sacrifice if need be. They all took an oath. And I ain't met a vet yet that ever got released from his oaths. So everybody come if you can. I'm asking everybody to get a hold of the Constitution place where you can order 100 Constitution books. We need Constitution books for the Convoy of Honor. We need to make sure that everyone on the parade route gets one. Okay, we need to make sure that everybody's armed with the Constitution. They know their rights. And I just think it would be, rather than pass out candy, I think it'd be really nice to just make sure that every vet along the parade route gets a copy of the Constitution. So if anybody can help me with that little wish list, thank you. Okay. You know what? They probably won't be any red rockets. But the chateau, I think, does fire off fireworks, and we can see that from the park. And also, but hot dogs, you know, typical stuff. We got a grill, Anybody wants to bring some hamburger and slap it on the grill, we cannot charge for food because that calls for a whole bunch of government red tape. Remember, it is a state park. So therefore, if we try to sell food, uh, we can be dinged. That's going to cost a whole lot more in insurance, and you got to have a health nurse inspection. We're not going to sell food. Okay. Now you can sell things that are packaged, like potato chips or something like that, candy bars or something that are already packaged. Uh, we can offer, coffee, hot water, and things like that. But we cannot have like a food truck or prepare food on a plate dinner to sell. Can't do it. Okay. Green hot dogs and hamburgers. For the Halloween party, I can do green hot dogs. Okay, for the Halloween party. Yeah, we can. I'll have all kinds of good little uh, uh, alien sliders and smoking green drinks and oh yeah. I go all out for my Halloween parties. I always do, and I have so much fun. I've been doing them since I was about 5 years old. So I really like my Halloween parties. Yeah. Impossible hot dogs? No. I'd rather take Nathan's and dip them in food coloring. Nathan's beef, something good for me. I'm not eating none of that fake food, folks. I went to the store today and I was looking for stuff, and everything I looked at looked fake. It either looked shot up with red dye or had a price tag that gag a goose. Okay, $26 a pound for ribeye steak. Are you kidding me? $26 a pound? Who in, I can go out to a restaurant and get a whole dang meal for $26 and it'll weigh more than a pound. I'm just appalled. Of course, most of that's caused by energy loss. When you ain't pumping oil and you're not making your own diesel fuel and you're not making your own gasoline and your own propellants like natural gas, honey, the price goes up. Because I talk to too many truckers. It takes a lot of money to fill them tanks. And that money, that cost has got to go somewhere, got to go to somebody. And it ends up going to the cost of whatever they're hauling just goes up. Every time the gas tank goes cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to back on out of here. Chicken wings in the food store was $9.99 per pound. Oh, Florida mom. Oh, my God. Florida mama bear. I don't eat chicken. I know what they're feeding chicken. And most chicken is here anyway is produced by Tyson, and I wouldn't have anything Tyson in my car, let alone in my belly. So no, they no. I'm having a hard time finding what it is I want to eat. If I'm going to eat fake food, it's going to come out of a bottle. Like an Ensure or Carnation Instant Breakfast or something like that. I'm not eating that fake food. I grew up on real food, and I'm going to live and die on real food. Today I did get me a brand new seed bag. Yeah, me too. I eat a lot of fresh veggies. Well, today at the CAM store, Christian Action Ministry store that I get to go to once a month, they had boxes upon boxes of vegetable and flower seeds. Oh, honey, I got at least one pack of every kind of vegetable you can think of, from winter squash to butter spaghetti squash to butternut squash to yellow crook to straight yellow to zucchini. I got carrots and onions and chives, and I got cilantro and parsley and sweet basil and sage and oh honey, I got cherry tomatoes and purple tomatoes and red pink tomatoes. I got all them seeds for free. And the lady says, well, they expire at the end of this year. And I said, seeds, honey, if you take them home, I'm going to take these home and I'm going to put them in vacuum sealed bags, and I'm going to stick them down in a 3-pound coffee can until the coffee can is full, and then I'll put them in another one, and then I'm going to put them back in a dark, cool spot. And you know what? 10 years down the road, I'll be able to open up that canister and still prop them seeds. She said, well, why do you need so many seeds? I said, because that gold people are investing in really doesn't digest well. And if things get really, really bad, believe me, my tomato seeds, my tomato plants, and my pea seeds, and all those things, they're going to be worth a lot more than folks' gold and silver. They're a lifeline. So, me and my Guyver, both of us got us enormous seed banks today. And I'll be getting out the vacuum sealer probably tomorrow, and we're going to be going through our seeds, and we're going to vacuum seal up those seeds and get them put away, because it's too late to plant them this year, okay, unless you're planting indoors. But that's a possibility too. I'm working on that possibility. Since I don't use my shower, I'm looking at putting some, and it's got a big skylight in it, and I'm thinking about starting me some special plants in there. So, Billy Bob, it's time to go hunting for our meat again instead of buying it. Amen. I'm watching my rabbits. You can't get rabbits this time of year because they got warbles. You got to wait till the snow flies. But that's okay. I'm throwing them plenty of greens and vegetables, and I'm getting them really nice, fat, and sassy. Yeah, they're wild rabbits, but that's okay. They eat too. Yeah. Oh yeah. November I'll be getting me a deer. Yeah, there'll be a deer. Yeah, because I can't eat this. I can't eat this. I can't pay this money for what they're wanting. And Arkansas's got a lot of wild hogs, and they really look for people to go out and get those. So I can do that. Yes, Billy Bob, I'm getting them rabbits all kind of fattened up. Yes, sirree, I am, because I know times are good right now because ain't nobody chasing them. But I don't even have to waste bullets on rabbits. I can get rabbits with a slingshot and a ball bearing. I've done that many a time. Okay, you know. And since I'm right here in the trailer court where we can't shoot a firearm, I can shoot a slingshot. And there was a time when I was pretty dang good. And I think with just a couple of days of target practice, I could be good again. So yeah. Rabbit and squirrel. I've been known to take squirrels with ball bearings too, but they're a little harder. You got to be a lot closer. They're not. They don't have that. Their hides a little harder than rabbit. Okay, but yeah, I don't mind it right now. For another month or so, it's frogging season, but it takes two people, one to hold the flashlight and one to hold the dip net. Because I only take bullfrogs. I put cow frogs back, so I don't like to go gigging, because it's hard to tell until you get a hold of them whether they're cow or bull. A bullfrog will have a colored spot on the side of its head, and a female will have a brown spot on the side of its head. So that's how you tell the difference between cow and bullfrogs. And it's called bullfrog season, not cow frog season. Okay? Yeah, you got little squirrels, honey. They the best kind. Them little grays are nice and tasty and tender. You don't get much, but they're nice and tasty. No, guys, but you know, I got a groundhog out here. You know, they's good eating. Couldn't catch a coon every night. I'm sorry, but what do y'all think? But barbecued coon is pretty damn good. When you know how to render a coon properly, oh gosh, coon meat good, good meat. Okay, you all, I'm getting away from you. All right, guys, I'm going to back on out of here. Thank you, Billy Bob, Florida Mama, Angie, Dev, Everybody, if I missed you, okay. Randy, hippie stuff, Common View, okay, all of you, Ray Marchland, Disillusioned, okay, Common View, Dev, everybody, I love you. Thank you for coming in to my chat, and thank you for being here. And if you can find any of the answers, please let me know. I'm still just asking questions. Bye-bye.